Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is fine. Today, we will listen to a real life experience from Brandon. He is from Cumberland, Maryland, USA. So I am reading as he wrote to me. Spirits are very powerful. They are the spirit healers. This means that the learned person among the spirits is very powerful, meaning I am protecting them. They are trying to cast spells on me. Actually, a lot happens inside. It's like they speak lies through their eyes and face. Those who keep it direct have to express it in many ways. After that, even the powerful spirits want to fight a bit with the protectors. There are different types among the spirits, just like among humans. Some have less power, some have more. Let me tell you about one incident. I found a patient who had been possessed by a spirit through a healer's magic. Whether it was a healer or another spirit, a spirit had entered the patient's body, causing harm. When the patient came to me, I stopped him. Upon stopping him, he promised that he would never come back. That was it. I went home. He followed me back and started checking how I was and what my work was like. He monitored these things and then came back again, approaching the patient once more. Then he called me again about the patient. Later, I learned from some of my students, some of whom were spirits, that they were very mischievous. Then, I went back to that house with the possessed patient. After coming back, I stopped them. If I protect him, it will be okay. After a while, I told the spirits they couldn't do anything. They couldn't manipulate the person. We wouldn't go anywhere. We had been living in one place for over 2 years. They had built a house on a vacant plot, meaning the patient had bought land and built a house there. Why did they build a house there? They were causing harm out of anger, selling the building up to that house. However, I did not let go of those patients. Then, I saw them that day. I started my prayers. I had several assistants with me, about 3 or 4 people. Yes, there were some spirits. I prefer not to take help from spirits. I want to do my duties as God has prescribed for me. I will do the duty of protection. When I started the protection, they were very powerful. The spirit healers, meaning the learned ones among the spirits, are very strong. I was protecting them while they were trying to cast spells on me. That's why we were treating them thoroughly. I spent the entire night doing this treatment, and if they didn't cast spells, we could keep it under control. Yes, and if the spell gets stuck, then it wouldn't be good for me. For any reason, we would be pushed out of there, meaning we wouldn't be able to continue the treatment. Many times they try to deceive us by saying, "You are very good. Your performance is excellent." They actually try to instill arrogance within us. This arrogance should not be allowed to enter. They are trying in this way. They are so powerful that they attempt to manipulate me with their magic. Then one day, due to my illness, they were okay, the patient was okay, and I was okay. But at one point, due to my illness, I couldn't perform the prayers and rituals I usually do in the morning and evening to protect my body. As a result, they attacked me during that gap. One of the spirits was a snake spirit. Suddenly I, a healthy person, became ill. I understand the situation now. Suddenly, I stand up. A snake is rising from my back. At that moment, I realize that I have definitely not performed the protective rituals today, which led to this attack. Alongside me is another person, a protector. I told him, "Brother, quickly perform the protection." I managed to perform it as well, and I brought myself back under control. Actually, when they get a chance, they attack me again, even starting to attack my family. That's why we take many risks. We are at risk ourselves, and they are at risk too. How to protect the body according to the Bible has some methods. If you perform that method in the morning, God protects you through angels until the evening. If you follow that method again in the evening, God protects you until the next morning. There's no problem, but you have to perform this ritual at both times. And the talisman you have, you should use it to protect your body. It won't stay for 2 minutes. It will quickly disappear. You won't be able to go home. These are very troublesome matters. The main thing is, according to the Bible, to protect the body and the house. Now, about the patient who is having issues with the snake, they were causing such harm. They bite and inject poison into the body, making the blood toxic. I had to endure so much pain because of them. I had to pull the poison out through my mouth, meaning through my entire body. I told them to pull out all the poison from wherever it had spread in the veins. I could directly see the color changing, like light yellow. Sometimes I would make them vomit, or often I would raise their saliva. When the poison would come out, they would say, "Master, the poison is coming out." Then I would see the color. Everyone could see. We also had dreams about the poison, and we would vomit it out. This means we would do the protection rituals and vomit it out. We had another secret method from the Quran that we would follow. Many times while their blood circulated, it became toxic. Then I would perform hijama, cupping therapy. After performing hijama and removing the toxic blood, they would feel better. I have encountered many experiences. Once, while walking on the road, a dog suddenly attacked me. As soon as I began reciting the prayers, it ran away. There were times I was lying in bed, having forgotten to perform my rituals, and I would fall asleep. I would wake up to find a spirit trying to lie down next to me. They are so mischievous, it's hard to describe. But the main issue is that they try to cause harm during moments of weakness. That's why it's very risky to be careless, especially for protectors. Protectors always have to fight. They have to battle their own desires, plus fight against the spirits and demons. I had many experiences. The spirits are very mischievous. One day, while I was in Cumberland, Maryland, I suddenly felt pressure on my chest. I started reciting prayers, and they immediately ran away. Since then, I have had to stay alert, knowing when they might attack. That's why I always have to pay attention to my body. I have many more experiences, but all experiences tell the history of the spirits. Each spirit has its own history, and there are so many that it's impossible to recount them all. This patient, like many others, suffers, and their families suffer too. There are many struggles involved. Mysterious things roam around my body, and many incidents occur in the world that science cannot explain. So this is it for today. Hope you liked it. If so, please hit the like button, comment if you liked it or not, and share with your friends. Thanks for staying with us. See you next time in another story in the shadows of the unknown USA.